Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have a special episode of the Playbook for you tonight. And alongside me, I have Aiden Avey to the left running the board. Across from me, Michael Miller. And usually we have JT Groves sitting here in the seat to the right of me. But today, we have a very special guest, UWG quarterback Collin Hurst. How you doing today, Collin?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
I've had a pretty good day myself. I was about to say I had my 3-day 3 o'clock class got canceled today, so that's always a good start to it.
Yeah, long day.
I say Aiden's been here since 3 o'clock today.
That's right.
So.
I've been here longer. Got in at 12. 9 hours of preparation. I'm about it.
All right, but listen, you guys. Look, I know it's late here, and I need you guys to know that binge drinking is consuming 5 or more drinks on one occasion for males and 4 drinks or more for females. However, some college students drink at least twice that amount. That is why Dream City Brewing Company has joined Wolf Sports Network and Wolf Radio's Drink Responsibly campaign to remind all our Wolves to stay safe when drinking, never drink under the age of 21, and always have a designated driver. Oh, and throw in some good food while you are at it. Aiden, let's kick off the show. All right, everybody in here, are you ready for the kickoff? I said, are you ready for the kickoff? So, I introduced you at the beginning of the show, but I'm going to give you a proper introduction now. If you don't know Collin, last 2 seasons over at Presbyterian under newly UWG head coach Steve Englehart, 4,992 passing yards, 43 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 10-2 record last season at Presbyterian, all-time passing yards and touchdowns leader at Presbyterian, back-to-back Pioneer League Player of the Year, but most importantly, better than all of that, a recent transfer to the University of West Georgia's football team. How you feeling today, Collin?
I'm feeling great. Grateful to be here. Grateful to be in the studio. Grateful to be on campus here at UWG, and I'm just really excited for what the future holds here in Carrollton.
So now, what are you liking about West Georgia and Carrollton here?
It's been awesome. I think it's a lot bigger than my old school. I think it's like a 18,000 to like 1,000 difference on campus, but it still has that small town feel that I really like and enjoy. Trying to get to know some of those small town places and mom and pop shops and stuff like that. So just excited to get to know more about the community and everything like that.
Yeah, City of Dreams they call it. I don't know if anybody's told you yet, but so I want to get into a question about football for you off the rip. And I was watching some Presbyterian highlights from last year, seeing Coach Englehart's offense. It's a lot of 4 wide receivers out wide and two running backs in the backfield with you. It's a lot more inventive than what we've had at West Georgia here in the past. So with the same personnel that we've been running the more traditional style offense, do you think there's going to be an adjustment period with Coach Englehart, or are we going to be able to get there day one, week 1 of the year?
Yeah, I mean, I think the spring coming up in March is going to be huge for us. Just get the basics down on the offense and everything like that. But I would say our biggest thing is balance, and our biggest thing is adaptability. Like you said, I mean, we're a big personnel team, whether it's 10 personnel or 12 personnel or 23 personnel. We can go heavy, we can go wide, we can go fast. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to depend on what we feel like we have here at UWG. I know we had a very small but fast team at Presbyterian, but I think just from being on campus and working out with the guys the last couple of weeks, I think we have a lot more size and everything like that. So just excited to see what we end up doing and how we end up sizing up.
Yeah, it's been really run heavy here. So Englehart, I think, is a aired out guy from what I've seen. I'm excited for it.
So I kind of want to pivot back to you choosing to come here for a second. So obviously I know Coach Englehart coming here probably was your biggest motivator to follow him and come to West Georgia. But was there anything else about whether the football program, campus, the school itself that really kind of sealed the deal for you to come here?
Yeah, I mean, I love the visit. I came up here, I think either the first or second day the portal opened. I think it was obviously the number one checkpoint, like you said. The coaching staff coming over, Coach Englehart and our coordinators, Coach Dan Owen and Coach Jason Martin. So really bringing the core from Presbyterian was a big thing. But yeah, as soon as I stepped on campus, I could tell this was a special place. Just getting to walk around, seeing all the buildings and the facility and stuff like that. I think it's really cool that football and all the other athletics have their own kind of place on campus, kind of secluded from the academics. But we have our own weight room. You get to work out while looking at your own stadium and everything like that. So it was really cool to see that. But I've just been so grateful that everybody has accepted me and welcomed me as soon as I got to campus and everything. And so it's been a really good ride so far.
So I'm glad we're talking about Coach Engelhardt, because my question for you is going to be, what is the biggest thing that Coach Engelhardt has taught you over these past 2 years?
Man, he's taught me a lot. First and foremost, I would just want to say he's a great person, even though, not just a great coach. But I would say the biggest thing that he's taught me is that relationships and culture really build a successful brand of football and just a brand of life. Coach E is his biggest thing is building culture through relationships. He's one of the most genuine and personal people that I've ever met in my entire life. And obviously with football, you got over 100 guys on the roster, and I think, from the last couple years at PC, I think every single one of those kids that has come through, which is probably north of 200-300 kids, have said that they had a positive relationship with Coach E, whether they played or not. He doesn't really factor that into how he talks to you as a person, how he views you as everything like that. So I think, building relationships and building, character within us by culture is probably the biggest thing so far.
I got you.
So Aiden kind of touched on it a little bit a second ago. With obviously the offense is going to look a lot different now with Coach Engelhardt here compared to how it was before. For you going into your third year with him and coming over here, how much of a role do you play in kind of not coaching, but kind of helping the other guys that haven't had him? Obviously new transfers coming here from other schools, guys who have been here for several years. Kind of how much do you play a part in aiding them of trying to learn his offense and learn what you guys are going to do under him?
Yeah, big way. Like you said, I've been in the system for 3 years now, so. And I think, regardless of whether I've been in the system 3 years or not, I think the quarterback is always the coach on the field. I always have to be in command. I always got to know what's going on and everything. But, I think I'm going to have a very pivotal role in this spring, not just because I've been there before, but I have to be able to teach the guys, the new system. It's going to be a lot of new stuff, especially for the guys that haven't been in the system yet, which is, majority of the team. I'm excited. I'm excited to get to know who we have out there and what we can do, and I think we can be really special.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about it a little bit before the show. You're from Broward County, which is kind of been the mecca of rap music for the past few years. Do you have, who's your number one artist from Broward County?
Well, it's kind of contradictory, but I'm a big country music fan.
Hey.
I love you, Collin.
That's real.
However, I would say the Broward goat has to be Kodak. Right.
Yeah.
I still know my fair share of Kodak songs. I love Walking Out to Skrilla. That's number one for sure. But I'm a country music guy, so I like Rod Wave too. I don't know if he's from down there, but Rod Wave and Kodak are definitely the top guys.
So, what does your pregame music playlist look like?
Pretty laid back, I would say. I'm a big nerves guy pregame, so I like to try not to get my heart going any faster than it already is. So kind of just laid back, still country vibes. But after warm-ups and stuff, I just let whatever the guys are playing in the locker room get me going. Whether it's like you said, rap or fast music and stuff like that. But I try to keep my emotions or my heart rate at the lowest possible because my nerves are usually getting me going.
I got you. And look, let's get the Wolves fans listening out there hyped for next season, Collin. What's it gonna feel like walking out of the tunnel over here at University Stadium for the first time next year?
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. I've seen a couple videos and people have shown me what the stadium looks like on game day, and I'm just really excited. I can't wait to play in front of the home crowd, and I believe that we start the year out at home against UTC, University of Tennessee Chattanooga, and I'm already excited. I'm already fired up and super hyped to get to play in front of everybody and have our home opener as our season opener against a SoCon team that has earned respect over the last couple of years. And might I add that Coach E has been named the SoCon killer over the last couple of years. So we've beaten three out of the last three that we've played at PC. So and we don't plan to stop there.
Went to Mercer last year, number 11 in the country.
And
They did get a pickable win over
and
Mercer.
Furman.
Yeah.
And Furman.
Listen, Collin, I think we're all going to be excited once football season starts in the fall, and I'm glad that you were able to join us today. But we got some West Georgia sports that are going on at the Coliseum. So, Aiden, how about them Wolves?
Hey, how about them Wolves?
Let's talk about some West Georgia Wolves. All right, and listen up, you guys. We had a jam-packed weekend over the weekend at the Coliseum. If you missed out, there was a doubleheader. The women's basketball team went up against the Bellarmine. And Michael, tell me a little bit about that game.
Well, Brandon, we went into the game, and you called it. And something interesting about Bellarmine in that game, they had 6 of their 9 available players were walk-ons in the game. They've been bitten by the injury bug quite a bit this year, and they came in 2-20, so not a great season for the Knights. We did not play a great game though, Brandon. We got away with the win, pulled away late, but before the game on Inside the Coliseum, we talked about not taking the opponent for granted, and I felt like we kind of did that. We started the game off pretty well, but we started pressing, just kind of. It was more like you're playing a pickup game, kind of in your driveway a little bit, because we had Grace O'Gara, who usually is a big facilitator, kind of pulling up, taking some contested shots you wouldn't normally take, and a lot of girls just taking some threes from outside that you wouldn't normally take, very contested shots. So eventually we got it figured out, got the win there, but definitely did not play our best game. By any means.
100%. Like going into this game, I thought that with them having 6 walk-ons, like some of these girls have never played with each other. And so, like, going into it, I thought that was going to at least be like a 40, 50-point game by the end of it. But we just did not play a good game. We didn't shoot very well. We weren't going after rebounds like we should have. And I think this game should have been much further than it was. Overall, we got the win. So a win is a win. We'll move on to the next game. But it definitely should have been much more of a lead.
Let's see. Yeah, it was a 30-point win for us.
But
at
we're
one
complaining
point,
about not winning by 50.
Well, see, at one point in the game, right before halftime, we wound up. I think the score is 23-28.
Yeah,
so
they
were
on
like
an 18-7 run too in the second quarter.
Like
So
they outscored us
smoked
18-10 in the second quarter alone. And me and Michael, we were standing up there calling the game, and we were just like, this is uncharacteristic of the women's basketball team. Like, it shouldn't have been that close. These are players that didn't have a whole lot of chemistry with each other at all. And again, 6 walk-ons that were there. 4 of them had just had their first game with each other that past Thursday. So, I mean, that one game of experience with each other was enough to go up against West Georgia and compete with them to an extent.
I mean, is this uncharacteristic of them? I mean, we saw the same thing last year with both of the West Georgia teams with men's basketball and women's basketball. They get off to a lead, but then they let their foot off the gas way too soon. And I feel like we saw a little bit of what we saw last year from West Georgia's women's team. We saw a little bit of that in this game today, or in this game against Bellarmine. I think we let off the gas a little bit too much. We started to let them go on a 17-8 run in the second quarter, and then near the fourth quarter, we started to let them score a little bit more than us again. I mean, I think it should have been much, much further.
Well, listen, I know that was a little mantra for the team of last year of just kind of playing down 2 opponents. But this was the first time that it happened this year. Mm-hmm. And that's why it just kind of threw me and Michael both off when we were calling the game, that they were just going out. And they shot 41 3-pointers in that game, which is very uncharacteristic of them. They're normally one of the lowest 3-point shooting teams in the ASUN. Granted, we make the threes when we do shoot them, but shot 41 of them. And to give you guys a little bit of the box score on that, it was Jasmine Jones leading the way, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Asia Donald, 14 points, 4 rebounds. Grace O'Gara, 12 points, 3 rebounds. And Anya McKenzie, which me and Michael were talking a whole lot about in that game, was 4 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 blocks. But if you want to catch the women's team in action again, they will be on the road this week as they travel to Jacksonville Thursday to take on the Dolphins at 6:30, and then they move over to North Florida Saturday at 2 p.m. But that wasn't the only game that happened over the weekend here at the Coliseum. JT, what was going on in this men's game?
Yeah, so this men's game was close all the way down to the wire. Ended up with an 81-78 loss for these Wolves. Shelton Williams-Dryden had a great game, led the scoring with 20, followed by Zuzic with 12. Malcolm Noel had 10. And Shelton Williams-Dryden also led in rebounding with 11. Chime had 7. Colin Griffin had 5. But it kind of came down to we had the one superstar, and he didn't have much help around him. And I feel like our biggest problem in this game was the free throws. I mean, Austin Peay hit 83% of them on 41 attempts, and UWG only had 25 attempts and hit only 68% of those. And so you think 41 and 25, that's a 16 difference.
Yeah.
You gave them 16 extra shots at the free throw line, which overall is the reason that we lost this game. 26 fouls by the Wolves is not something that is going to win you a game ever.
Oh, absolutely. Defensively, this was a bad game on both ends of the court. I think that both teams were just fouling the absolute just crap out of each other. Like, it felt like it was just a free throw, like a trip to the free throw line. It was every single time there was a shot even attempted inside the paint. We had, who was like, Collin Parker over there for, who are they playing against? Like Austin Peay.
For Austin Peay, he dropped 30 points.
Yeah.
And I believe over half of those were at the free throw line.
Yeah, him and Rashad Marshall combined for 32 free throw attempts in that game for Austin Peay. So it's not a good game for the Wolves. And honestly, they dropped down to 10 and 12. I'm worried that these West Georgia Wolves aren't going to be able to make this ASUN tournament later on, you guys.
I mean, yeah, they're sitting right at that 8 or 9 seed in the ASUN, and I mean, it is worrying me quite a bit because these Wolves, I mean, what we're seeing is these closer games that we have, we gotta win those when it comes down to it, and it makes it whoever makes a tournament. If we're 1 or 2 games back, we're going to look back on this game right here, realize that we lost by 3, and we're not going to be able to do anything about it. And so, I mean, that's stuff that we got to work on. We got to get the free throws down. We got to stop fouling so much and stop giving up opportunities. I mean, there's too many opportunities at the free throw line for Austin Peay in this game. We just got to stop fouling and start hitting our free throws, start hitting our shots.
And I'll give you a quick rundown of the box score in that game. You had mentioned Shelton Williams-Dryden, 20 points, 11 rebounds in that game. Matisa Zuzic, 12 points. Malcolm Noel, 10 points, 3 assists. And also had some weird shot selections late in the game. Malcolm Noel took up 3 just really early in the shot clock, 3-pointers, like in transition. So it was super weird, the shot selection that he had late in that game. And then Colton Griffin, who finished with 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. So it was a little bit of a break on the bench for West Georgia in that game. But I think they can rebound this week as they have 2 home games against North Florida Thursday at 7 p.m. and then Jacksonville home game Saturday at 2 p.m. We'll be on the call for both of those games. And Inside the Coliseum will start at 6:30 on Thursday, and it'll be at 1:30 on Saturday.
Of course, and before we go to an ad break, Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network are proud to help reduce the 21% of adults with low literacy skills. We are collecting new and gently used books for every UWG pre-K student monthly. Give today by visiting thewolfuwg.com/bookdrive. That's thewolfuwg.com/bookdrive.
Be right back from a break.
Yo, this is JT Money, and you're listening to The Playbook on Wolf Sports Network. We do not affiliate with Disney Channel in any way.
Cross them up. Live from Carrollton, Georgia, the city of dreams. We got you covered with the men's and women's basketball teams. Shooting a 3, make it with ease, crossing you up, now you on a meme. And then they popped out and did it again like Baby Keem. Tune in 1 hour before tip-off of select home games this season for the West Georgia Wolves basketball teams. For the full list of live coverage, visit wolfsportsnetwork.com. Wolf Sports Network from inside the Coliseum.
WSN, Wolf Sports Network, will have you covered this West Georgia basketball season with Inside the Coliseum, our 30-minute pregame show that will start 1 hour before select home games.
But we saw his ability to make those tough shots. He is a shooter, and he was second in scoring behind Shelton Williams-Dryden.
I think we just need to get everybody the ball as much as possible. I think we need to throw the rock around.
Join us as we cover both the men's and women's basketball seasons from inside the Coliseum.
Tune in to Wolf Sports Network throughout the week to hear the very best in UWG sports coverage. Catch live shows, score updates, and breaking news all week long. But sometimes seeing really is believing. And now you can watch your favorite Wolf Sports Network shows live on YouTube. Follow at Wolf Sports Network on YouTube as we bring you into the studio with your favorite shows and personalities. Wolf Sports Network. The Wolves play here.
What's up? This is Parker Andell, and I'm the newest voice of Sports Out of Pocket. Step into Lucky Season 7, where the odds are in our favor. Crazy insights, hidden stories, and conversations that will pay off every single time. With a fresh season and a fresh voice, Lucky Sevens is here. Tune in to Sports Out of Pocket every Wednesday at 6, only on Wolf Sports Network.
Welcome back in, everybody. If you're just now joining us, This is the Playbook on Wolf Sports Network, and I'm joined by JT Groves, Michael Miller, and Aiden Abey. Aiden.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and tell you about the WSN merch store, because when it comes to fandom, nothing matters more than the fit. The logo you wear solidifies your love. Now you can be a Wolf Sports Network fanatic with our brand new merch store powered by Osier Apparel. Visit wolfsports.com and click About.
All right, let's get into some college basketball, Aiden.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Playbook picks.
So, Aiden, I know it feels like I'm talking to you a lot right here in this short little time, but there's been a whole lot of college basketball that's been happening over the past week. A whole lot of good college basketball.
So much.
Aiden, what's been your what was your game to watch over the past week?
My game to watch this past week was a beautiful Big 12 basketball game between Kansas and BYU. All right, the Kansas Jayhawks came in to Provo, Utah, to Mormon land, and they got a win. A 6-point, no, it was more than that. 82, I forgot. I didn't put down the thing. I copy and pasted because I had it put in the layout.
90 to 82.
90 to 82, 8 points, not 6 points.
Go.
There we go. Thank you, JT, for the save on that. I was about to crash and burn, but now I'm all good. Now everything's back set, and the whole world is all right again. See, all 5 Kansas starters in this game had more than 10 points, and BYU had 68 of their points from Richie Saunders, A.J. DeBonsa, and Robert Wright III. An awful game from the supporting cast in BYU, and a tremendous game from all the people around Darren Peterson at Kansas. He only played 20 minutes at halftime. Darren Peterson plays the whole first half. Kansas is up 20. He goes out of the game. Kansas loses the second half by 13 points, but has enough to stave off the run from the Mormons.
So, listen, I was looking at the box score of this game afterwards, and I was seeing that Darren Patterson only played 20 minutes of the game and only scored 18 points. And on the other side of it, BYU, Richie Saunders, 33 points. And I feel like if you're a BYU fan, if I would have told you that Richie Saunders would have dropped 33 points and Darren Patterson would have only scored 18, I feel like you would have felt pretty confident in the fact that BYU was going to win this game. But it just did not go their way. Michael, what game over the past week are you going to talk about?
I was pretty excited to watch 2 teams that I hate very much in my heart. Florida and Alabama played each other yesterday. And, man, I hate Alex Condon, Brandon. I cannot stand that guy. He's too good. Had 25 points. Florida just smacked the will to live at Alabama yesterday and really kind of solidified what I said on our first show, which is I think Florida's still the best team in this conference. I think they're the best team in the SEC. And they just keep playing better and better. I think they are. They keep improving. They had a rough schedule to start the year, and yesterday playing a good Alabama team, just embarrassing them. They continue to be on a roll.
Yeah, I do think that I don't want to call Florida the best team in the SEC so far right now, though, because I'm still really high on Vanderbilt. I really think that Vanderbilt in the SEC, especially how it's constructed now, like you don't have the juggernauts that you had last year in the SEC. Like you don't have the powerhouses that are it's not nearly as deep as it was last year. Like you have Vanderbilt, you have Florida, Tennessee, maybe Alabama if they wind up doing something past this Florida game. I don't really have a whole lot of confidence in Alabama after this. But I think if I had to bet money on it right now, I think that Vanderbilt would be the best team in the SEC.
That's what
I mean, I still think that's unbelievable. I'm on the same page as Michael. The game that I was most astounded by this weekend was Alabama versus Florida. And the big news of Charles Bediako coming back to college. Coming back to college, there was a whole thing about
Charles
it.
Barkley come back to college. That'd be awesome.
He was able to come back to college. Do you know what Florida's head coach Todd Golden said? He said we're gonna beat him anyway. And what they do? They beat him by 23 points. Alex Condon dropping 25. Thomas Haw dropped 22. Boogie Flan had 15 points, 8 assists, and 8 steals, career high for him. And then Florida absolutely dominated the paint in this game. 72 points in the paint compared to Alabama only putting up 26 in the paint.
That's
unbelievable
an SEC
stat.
record. Like an SEC record against a Power 5 opponent in basketball.
And, I mean, that sounded crazy. Florida only had 2 turnovers. Alabama had 18 in this game. And Ruben Chinyelu ended with 14 points and 17 boards. So you best believe Florida won that rebounding battle. Unbelievable performance out of Florida. To say that Vanderbilt still might be better, I'm not discrediting Vanderbilt. Florida looks like the best team. I mean, they showed their team last year. This is what their team last year looked like in this game. They showed that.
Well, I mean, they've grown a whole lot since the beginning of the season. They had some weird losses to start the season and nearly lost to Florida State early on in the season, too. And I think that Florida has every opportunity to try and become the best team in the SEC. For right now, I think Vanderbilt is the one that just kind of takes the cake for me on that one. Yep. But I'm going to swap over to women's college basketball for my game of the week. It's going to be Michigan traveling up to East Lansing to take on the Michigan State Spartans. Two of the best teams in the Big Ten this season. The Michigan 18-3 going into it. Michigan State 19-2. Close game throughout. Michigan State ties it up at 81 with 4 seconds left. And then they got a steal on the inbound and a half-court buzzer beater by Ina Sotelo at the end of regulation. Nearly went off of the rim, so they send it to overtime. Michigan holds on, outscoring Michigan State 13-10 in overtime. And this was, I think, the biggest win of Michigan this season. Top performers for Michigan is Mila Holloway, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Olivia Olson, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. And over with Michigan State, the Spartans, it's Jaylen Brown, 21 points, 2 assists. Kennedy Blair, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. I think this is going to be a game that we circle back on once we reach the Big Ten tournament in March for the Big Ten women's basketball side.
True.
And is there any other games that you guys that caught y'all's eyes over the weekend?
The one going on right now, Texas Tech and Kansas. I'm gonna go give a live score check on that
I'm glad you mentioned that, Aiden, because I do have a question for you guys around the table.
Holy crap.
And that is, there are 2 premier conferences.
Texas Tech beat them 42-17 in football.
There are 2 premier conferences in college basketball, and it's the Big 12 and the Big 10. I'm going to ask you guys, which one do you guys think is the best conference in college basketball, the Big 12 or the Big 10?
Well, are we talking about a Big 10 basketball game right now on this beautiful Monday afternoon in the City of Dreams? No, we're talking about the Texas Tech Red. That was women's basketball. That doesn't count. You can't use that for your argument now. Come on, dude. Logical fallacy. We're talking about this Texas Tech Red Raiders team that is leading the Kansas Jayhawks by 1 point in the first half because the Big 12 is the best team in basketball. They have 18 teams in the top 10, I think. It's crazy.
18 teams in the top 10.
Have you seen how good the Big 12 is this year?
They're great too. They're a great conference. I'll give you that.
18 teams in the top 10?
They have a lot of teams in the top 10. I don't know why we're getting into semantics all of a sudden.
I'm going to tell you,
everybody
the Big 10,
wants to sit here.
The Big 10 has the most teams in the top 10 right now, and it's 5.
You know what else they have the most teams in?
4.
They have the most teams that are eligible to play for the EuroLeague title this year. Who cares? Who cares? Get me some teams that aren't made up of 26-year-old Lithuanians, all right? And I might watch your basketball game every once in a while. But I'm going to watch Big 12 basketball where I can see A.J. DeBonsa and freaking Darren Peterson go one-on-one because that's great basketball the way God intended it in George Washington to America.
They're a great basketball conference. I like watching them. Michael, which one do you think is the better conference?
I was going to go Big 10, but Aiden just kind of flipped me right there on the Big 12.
No way. That flipped you?
No, I'm going to stay with the Big 10. The reason why is just because I feel like, okay, the Big 10, once you get to the middle of the pack and lower, it really falls off pretty fast. But that upper half of the Big 10 is really, really good with Michigan, Illinois, Nebraska, Michigan State, Purdue. I really like that top part of it. And for the Big 12, it's still close to me, but I feel like that just how good the Big 10 is at the top. Kind of like they were in football, very top-heavy conference in football as well.
I was about to compare it to that.
I mean,
JT, what do you think?
I will say the Big 12 has the most ranked in the top 25. They have 6 teams in the top 25.
See, that's basically 18 in the top 10.
But the Big 10, the Big 10 has 5 teams, and I think they have the best team in the Michigan Wolverines. I don't think that Arizona is the best team in college basketball right now. I think that the Michigan Wolverines are the best team in college basketball. Who has Arizona played so far this season?
All right, JT's mic has been muted because that was an awful take. Stop slandering the Big 12.
Hold on, Arizona's by far the best team in college basketball this season. But I am going to say I think the Big 10 is the best conference. The Big 12 has your superstars in it of college basketball, and I get that, Aiden. But there's team basketball being played over there in the Big Ten that's unprecedented.
Oh,
buddy.
dude, it's so much better.
Like, I'm clinging on to my 2005 San Antonio Spurs over here.
Yeah, no,
and
not
the
even
ball movement that's going on over there in the Big Ten.
That was a team made up of stars. They had like 17 All-Stars on that team. You're talking about like the Pistons in 2003 right now. I'd rather watch the 2003 Pistons play than the 1996 Bulls. What are y'all talking about? All right, it's about basketball is a star-driven game, and y'all want to talk about it like it's the 1960s with the Boston Celtics. Oh, Bill Russell and whoever the other guy was with Bill Russell on that team. Oh, they just play basketball the right way. No, give me Michael Jordan. Give me A.J. DeBonce.
No, give me my 2005 Big Three Spurs with Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, and Tony Parker. And I think that I just miss team basketball. That's what it's missing in this current age of the NBA, and that's a big reason why I watch college basketball over the NBA. Okay.
It's all EuroLeague now.
College basketball is a team
Teamwork's
sport.
coming back.
I feel like if you need to be a good conference, you need to have a good rivalry in the conference, and there's no in-state rivalries in the Big 12. We got Michigan and Michigan State in the Big 10.
What about Texas Tech and Houston?
They're not big as Michigan State.
It's not. Yeah.
The basketball game's better though.
100% not.
The rivalry might not be as cool, but they play better basketball.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
And you have Nebraska.
Texas Tech just lost to
surprise
UCF.
team of the year. Nebraska surprise team of the year hasn't won a
BYU and
hasn't won a
Utah, the
tournament
Holy
game.
War. The Holy War. I was watching that when the Bears were coming back on the Packers.
That's not a basketball. Utah hasn't been good in basketball in forever.
But BYU Utah's a great rivalry game, guys. Y'all want to talk about rivalries?
You need a good rivalry game.
Hey, I said that already, Richard. You're late. You're late. I already got that. Yeah. He tried to tell me Houston and Texas Tech, but that was my initial reaction.
I was on it. Rivalry.
I was on it like white on rice.
Well, all right, we're gonna leave it at that with this one. And look, while we're talking about a sport that is going on, we are gonna talk about a sport that is on the deck.
On deck. You're listening to the Playbook on Wolf Sports Network, your home for college sports.
Grab those peanuts and Cracker Jacks because it is time for the 7th inning stretch.
Basketball, you guys, and we're going to get it started here in the city of dreams, Carrollton, Georgia. JT, tell me about this West Georgia Wolves baseball team.
So, I mean, last week we talked about the rosters, how we brought in a lot of new guys, but we still have guys that are here from last year, like Brady McDevitt, which is one of the best hitters on the team. And so last season, coming off of a 20-31 record, and now this season we start with a home opener, 4-game slate against Central Michigan. We have on Friday the 13th, we have our home opener against Central Michigan. The next day we have a doubleheader against them, and then on Sunday we wrap up that 4-game series. I think we can definitely start this one off strong, win 3 or 4 of these games, and then we're on a long away slate. We got like 15 games in a row on the road.
We have that weekend series at home, and then after that, we don't return
nothing.
home until like March 15th.
Yeah.
So we go like a whole entire month before we play another game.
And that road slate is looking tough because we got Kennesaw State. We have Little Rock is a 3-game series. Then we play Auburn. We got South Alabama for 3 games, Wichita State for 4, and then ending with Georgia Tech before we come back home. I mean, if we want to start out strong this season, it's going to start with these home games right here. I think that obviously it's the first games of the season, but we got to start out strong. I mean, if we fall down to like 0-4 to start this or 1-3 and have that going into a long away slate, we can't have that kind of energy going on the road. We need all the energy that we can get going on the road so that we can come out with at least half of those as wins.
And now, moving over a little bit east to Athens, Georgia, we have Michael with the Georgia Bulldogs baseball team. What's going on over there in Athens?
I'm very excited about this team, Bren. We got ranked number 15 by Perfect Game in their official rankings they do. I think we're a little low, honestly. We're getting slept on a little bit. We do have a lot of transfers. That's something that we've done though every year that Wes Johnson's been here. We don't recruit out of high school. We're kind of like the Florida State a little bit, or maybe even the Indiana now. Just kind of hitting the portal when it comes to baseball. But one guy I want to hit on though is Daniel Jackson, a catcher from Wofford. He hit 357 last year as a freshman. I'm very excited about him, and as a catcher too, that's really impressive to have that kind of offense. And that's really kind of been the weak spot of this team the last couple of years. Obviously, our pitching hasn't been great, but our lineup's been really good. Catching-wise, though, we had Hunter Henry last year, who was a solid catcher, hit about 280, 290. Before that, we had Fernando, and he was a decent hitter, hit about 260, 270. So kind of bolstering that catching spot I'm really excited about. Had 12 home runs as well. And then really just bolstering the rest of this team up on the offensive side of things, is really adding these transfers in here, and especially when you lose a guy like Rylan Zaborowski, who was so good last year, and trying to find somebody to fill those shoes, because he did a very good job trying to fill in for Charlie Collin, which no one can fill in for Charlie Collin, but being able to have him, he did a great job with that. So, and then Trey Phelps is coming back for another year. Very excited about him as well.
So who do you think day one opening day starter for the Georgia Bulldogs is going to be?
That's really a wild card, to be honest. I really have no idea. It just kind of depends. I'm blanking on his name right now. We got that transfer. He's a switch pitcher, actually, I believe. He transferred in, and he throws about 96, 97 already in college. So he may end up getting that start, or he may end up turning to some of the guys we had last year, just because Wes Johnson has that familiarity.
So, and then we'll pivot over to
the flats.
The flats in
over to
Atlanta. Aiden.
Talk about. I'm going to talk about the mound at the flats specifically, in the starting rotation that we're looking at. And I'm going to start out with the person that I'm most excited for to see. Not Brandon told me that our ace was going to be Justin Shadek.
I didn't say
who has
that
a
was gonna be our
7.78 ERA.
I gave you
can't pitch more than 5 innings.
I gave you 5 players that was going to be in the starting rotation. He was one of them. That's it. He's just having to be on top of the list.
But really, the ace, not what Brandon thinks, but really who the ace is going to be of this team.
The guy I told you.
Is Brandon Underwood.
Oh.
12th round draft pick to the Milwaukee Brewers. Decided
the freshman.
Yeah, he said don't give me the money. Well, maybe give me a little bit of money, but not from Milwaukee. He wants the money in Atlanta. He's going to come in. He's the number 118 prospect in the nation, the best left-handed pitcher out of the state of Georgia, and he's going to be the ace come playoff time for this rotation at Georgia Tech. But on day one, the ace is probably going to be Tate McKee. All right, Was he probably the ace for the team last year, you would say?
I feel like he was the best pitcher not named Mason Patel for us last year. And he started 16 games.
So the best starting pitcher, you would say. Yeah, he had an 8-3 record. He struck out 9 per 9. Was very good with a 4.48 ERA. Made a second all-ACC academic team. That's what we like to see at Georgia Tech. That's what it's really about at the University of Georgia Tech. And I think he's going to have another great year. We're going to go ahead and coming out of the bullpen, after those top 2 guys we have, Tate McKee, Cooper Underwood, Mason Patel, probably one of the best relievers in baseball, in college baseball last year, if not the best. 3.34 ERA in 70 innings pitched out of the bullpen. That's insane numbers for a college baseball reliever. Michael, you said last week, what didn't you say that like a 4 ERA was like
a 4 in college would probably be about a 3 in MLB.
So a 3.34 ERA for a reliever.
You're sub 3.
Yeah.
That's like a 1.8 ERA with inflation factored in. If we do the math on it. So I got high hopes for Mason Patel coming out of the bullpen. Brandon's been telling me that we should start him.
I want us to play around with it a little bit. I want to experiment a little bit with Mr. Mason Patel on the mound. I think that he can be a quality starter for us at least. I think a good Sunday starter, bullpen game starter. Come in and give us 3 innings, 4 innings maybe.
See, I just think I think he's a lot more interesting as the guy who comes in for the most important at-bats of the game. If it's in the 7th inning, you got 2 runners on base, Mason Patel hits it. 9th inning, you got to close it out on the 3, 4, 5 guys in the lineup, Mason Patel's there. That's what we need out of him this year, I think, and I think he can deliver it.
Dude, I do want to talk about this lineup before we do go into this ad break, though. But I think that Georgia Tech by far is the best lineup in all of college baseball.
Facts.
I think you're looking at this as Drew Burris. I think is going to have to be the leadoff guy. I love Drew Burris in the leadoff spot last year. Whenever they did plug him in there, got Parker Brosers after him, Alex Hernandez, Carson Kearse, Vaughn Lackey. We got a good catcher over there with us too. Kent Schmidt, Will Baker, Drew Rogers, and Drew Baker. So I think
Say Drew Baker twice.
No, Drew Rogers and Drew Baker,
man,
two
sorry.
different guys. That I think I'll put that lineup against anybody's in
Drews.
college baseball, and I think that we come out on top
There
of
are
that.
a lot of Drews in this Georgia Tech lineup.
There is. There are 3 Drews within this starting.
All right. Let's try this again, everybody. College students who binge drink alcohol at least 3 times per week were roughly 6 times more likely to perform poorly on a test or project because of drinking. Dream City Brewing Company, Wolf Sports Network, and Wolf Radio proudly remind you to drink responsibly campaign. Students 21 and over should drink responsibly in an environment that discourages overindulging. Faculty won't take hangovers as excuses. Done.
Good job, Michael.
Over to the.
Throw it on a dime. It's Matty Fresh, and you're listening to The Playbook on Wolf Sports Network.
It's a new semester here at West Georgia, and that means a brand new season of sports out of pocket.
I love Jameis Winston to death, but look at the guy. Like, come on, that's not the veteran quarterback that I want to be.
He's a locker room guy.
They got Jonathan Taylor back there. It's like having Saquon, just a little bit worse, but it's like having Saquon.
Tune in to Season 7 of Sports Out of Pocket every Wednesday at 6, only on Wolf Sports Network. Get ready to hit the jackpot. Sports Out of Pocket is back for Season 7. The Lucky Seven's final season with me, Jackson Voles. From wild debates to the boldest takes in the game, Jackson is going all in for his final run. 7 seasons, 1 final spin. Don't miss it. Catch Sports Out of Pocket every Wednesday at 6, only on Wolf Sports Network.
Cross 'em up. Live from Carrollton, Georgia, the city of dreams. We got you covered with the men's and women's basketball teams. Shooting a 3, make it with ease, crossing you up, now you on a meme. And then they popped out and did it again like Baby Keem. Tune in 1 hour before tip-off of select home games this season for the West Georgia Wolves basketball teams. For the full list of live coverage, visit wolfsportsnetwork.com. Wolf Sports Network from inside the Coliseum.
WSN, Wolf Sports Network, will have you covered this West Georgia basketball season with Inside the Coliseum, our 30-minute pregame show that will start 1 hour before select home games.
But we saw his ability to make those tough shots. He is a shooter, and he was second in scoring behind Shelton Williams-Dryden.
I think we just need to get everybody the ball as much as possible. I think we need to throw the rock around.
Join us as we cover both the men's and women's basketball seasons from inside the Coliseum.
Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network are proud to reduce the 21% of adults with low literacy skills. We are collecting new and gently used books for every UWG pre-K student monthly. Give today by visiting thewolfUWG.com/book drive. That's thewolfUWG.com/book drive. So, Aiden, we've been talking about some college basketball games that happened this past weekend, but let's get into some games that are going to happen over the next week.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Playbook picks.
All right, up first today for Playbook picks, we're going to get into a women's basketball game between Texas and LSU. It's going to take place at 9 o'clock on Thursday. We're going to start with you, JT.
Yeah, so looking at this game, I think that this is probably the matchup of the week for sure. We got 2 of the top 5 teams, 21-2 for both of them, 2 of the top teams in the SEC, which is weird because on the women's side, SEC is dominating basketball.
Yep.
I'm going to have to go with the underdogs technically. Give me LSU in this one.
Like JT said, this is like this is the biggest matchup of the week, women's basketball. And I'm going to go with the home team, though. I'm going to go with the Longhorns. Got Madison Booker playing really well, averaging 19.1 points per game. So give me Texas.
What about you, Aiden?
I'm going to go with LSU. This is an established women's powerhouse. Great every year. Great in these big games. Give me a huge game from Flow J. Johnson breaking out. Only averaging 14 on the year. But I think she's going to have give me a nice 25 piece on the night and a big win for the LSU Tigers.
So, look, we've seen these two teams play earlier this season. LSU coming out on top 70-65. Texas has lost the last 2 games this season by a combined 8 points. So LSU and South Carolina, those are 2 losses there. Madison Booker might be the best women's college basketball player in the entire country. That's a hill that I'll die on. And it's 24 points, 7 rebounds against LSU earlier this season. The rebound battle will tell a lot about how this game goes. And I think if Texas wins the rebound battle, I think they win this game. So give me Texas in a little bit of a revenge game against the Tigers over there at LSU. And Saturday at 6:30, we will have the best by far college basketball rivalry when North Carolina travels to Durham to take on the Duke Blue Devils. Aiden, who do you have in this game?
My mind is telling me to take Duke. 77% chance of winning this game.
What's your body saying?
Cameron Boozer has looked unplayable. Hold on. We're getting to what my heart's telling me, all right? You got to give me some time to finagle. That's what I was going for. But my heart is telling me that the UNC Tar Heels are gonna go in. Oh wait, they're at UNC. I was gonna say they're gonna go into Durham, but the game is not in Durham. They're gonna be at Chapel Hill.
Okay.
And they're gonna beat the better Duke Blue Devils team. They're gonna get a signature win for the year. Huge win for North Carolina.
I'm really tempted to go North Carolina just because Duke has looked very vulnerable at times in the past and this season, but they have played a lot better as of late. I feel like they're really coming into their own, kind of like how Florida is. I'm gonna go with Duke.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this game, North Carolina is currently on a bad month. I don't know what it was with January, but it was really, really bad for them, and I don't think they're going to turn around here at the start of February. 3 losses in conference play already, and there's only been 8 or 9 games in conference play. Duke's only loss this season was to Texas Tech by 1 point. I think it's obvious Duke's one of the best teams in basketball. Give me Duke.
JT, you know what they say. A dry January leads to a wet February. UNC by 20.
Sure.
So listen, North Carolina coming to this game 17-4 this season. As JT mentioned, 3 conference losses already. And I think Caleb Wilson is one of the best freshmen that I've ever seen at North Carolina. But on the other side of things, Duke has the best freshman that I've ever seen in Cam Boozer. Better than Zion Williamson, Marvin Bagley, Brandon Ingram, and R.J. Barrett, I believe. Well, I think that he's up there with a high company, you guys. And I think that for that reason, I have the Duke Blue Devils winning this game on Saturday night. But later on that night, it's going to be the Illinois Fighting Illini taking on the Michigan State Spartans in a Big Ten matchup. JT, who do you have in this one?
Give me Michigan State in this one, taking the underdogs again. They don't have Jeremiah Fears, but they have Jeremy Fears. And this guy is a beast. I mean, he's currently leading the team 15 points a game. They just play good team basketball, and I think that their defense is going to end up being the game changer in this one. I do think it's going to be somewhat of a low-scoring game, but I do think Michigan State pulls it out.
Yeah, I like Michigan State, too. I think they bounced back after that tough loss against Michigan on Saturday, and they got a great home environment, too. It's a hard place to play up there.
Yep.
Aiden?
You guys want to talk to me about the Big Ten being this awesome, amazing conference.
It is.
And I'm looking at the Illinois ESPN page, and they don't have any pictures for their players. And I'm going to guess that that's because they didn't come to Media Day because they were all in Europe at the time or in the G League at the time. So give me Michigan State because I want a team that was at Media Day that was, assembled before the freaking Big Ten media deadline and could have their pictures taken for ESPN.
So I think Illinois had a huge week this past week with wins against Nebraska and Purdue. I'm going to ride with the team that has the momentum here, and I'm going to go with the Illinois Fighting Illini in this game. And the last game to wrap up the weekend is going to be 3 o'clock on Sunday. We have the UCLA Bruins taking on the Michigan Wolverines on the women's side of things. Aiden, who you have in this game?
Speaking of momentum, this UCLA team has the momentum. They've been dominant in Big Ten play so far. Michigan's not going to stop it. This team rolling a big boulder rolling down a hill is the UCLA Bruins right now. Give me them big.
I agree with Aiden. I love the momentum that UCLA has right now, and I'm going to keep rolling with them.
JT?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to agree and make it 3-0 right now. I mean, UCLA is a great team. I mean, Aiden's mentioned this before. They're a great dominant program when it comes to women's basketball. And I think this could be a tough week for Michigan State sports in general with their basketball teams. I did pick the men's team. Can't take the women's team here. Give me UCLA.
I think this is a basketball game of the weekend. It's a top 10 matchup between the Bruins and the Spartans. Michigan coming off that big win against Michigan State in overtime that I talked about earlier. UCLA has won 14 in a row now. So I'm going to take UCLA in this one, number 2 team in the country. And I think Lauren Bess is going to have a really good game, and I think she's going to establish herself a little bit further into becoming a campus legend over there at UCLA.
Oh.
But speaking of that.
Reggie Bush, Johnny Manziel, Jimmer Fredette, Christian Leitner. What do these guys have in common? All these players know what it's like to be a campus legend.
That is right. It is our signature segment of the show, and we're going to get started with Aiden and his campus legend.
Okay, my campus legend played at the University of Alabama.
Oh, nope.
That could be a lot of people.
No, guys, they've only had like 3 good players.
Ever.
Talking about Forrest Gump.
Don't worry, the position will narrow it down a lot. He was a wide receiver.
Ooh.
Oh.
Could be anybody.
A lot less of those, huh?
This could be anybody.
Need some years.
His NFL career has lasted from 2020 until the modern day, 2026.
Okay, my marker is not working, so I'm locking in.
There's one sitting right there that you can
2026.
grab, but that's Brandon's. Don't grab that one. I lied.
I'm gonna lock in too, actually.
I want to lock in.
All right, we're going to pass the marker around because there's only one working marker.
Yep.
Everybody wants
So, you know what? Yeah, let's not even use the boards. You know.
Well, no, you got to use the board.
We gotta use the board.
I'm a sucker to. I'm a
Grab
sucker.
the marker.
I'm a sucker to. I'm a slave to appearances. That's a Brad Pitt reference. I can't say the movie on air. I just realized. I'm sorry for that. I got into it.
All right, are we ready to
We're
flip
all locked
boards?
in. Can you give us the last 2 hints?
Oh yeah, he got drafted in the first round, 15th overall, and he played for the Denver Broncos and has only ever played. Oh wait, no, plays for the Denver Broncos and plays for the Cleveland Browns today, and he used to play for the Denver Broncos.
Got it wrong.
Buddy.
Give me
Jerry
that.
Jeudy.
Give me that.
I had Devontae Smith.
Oh, 2 people were wrong. Michael Miller is right for 3 points.
There we go.
If I was a
Michael.
Hawks color commentator at a basketball game, I would say Michael Miller for 3.
And we're going to start with my campus legend who went to Miami. He's a wide receiver.
That's good. I didn't write Carson Beck.
I'm going to lock. No, I'm not.
Going at third criteria is draft pick, right?
That is correct.
All right. It's going to be a 2003 draft, 3rd overall pick.
Oh, my gosh.
Gracious.
I have no idea.
Very notable guy. This should be at least the second guy that comes to mind when you think of Miami wide receivers.
Okay.
Okay.
The first one is definitely still on the sideline there. But
Yeah.
Never left.
I don't even know what this name is. It just, for some reason, it popped into my mind, and I'm going to trust myself, just on gut instinct alone.
All right.
I have no idea.
Next to me, 2003 to 2016.
Oh, my
Had a pretty
gosh.
long career.
I'm so wrong, I think, because I have no idea who this
have
guy
no
is.
idea.
I think you guys are going to know once I get
in.
it.
The 80s. What am I even talking about?
I'm going to
I don't
need
know
the
why this name
teams,
came to
Brandon.
mind.
All right. It'll be Texans, Colts, and Titans.
Ah, we were talking about this
yeah.
young man earlier today.
Oh, gosh.
That's why this name came to mind, because I had the.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I got no idea.
You have
either.
no idea who
The
this
My
first-
mind's
Oh,
blanking.
The
my
first name,
gosh.
the first name popped into my mind, and I wrote down the last name that came with it. But it was a
Aiden,
different receiver. Unfortunately,
you're the only one that even has anything written down. Show him what you got.
Yeah, I wrote down Andre Rison, but it
That
is
is not-
Andre Johnson.
That is a running back from way back in the day.
Is it
On
Andre
the
Johnson?
Tecmo Bowl.
I was going to put Andre Johnson.
It is Andre Johnson.
I should have thought about it for 2 more seconds.
Miami legend.
That
Unfortunate.
hurts. That hurts.
JT, we'll have you go with yours next.
All right. My first hint, Auburn.
Give me a
No
position.
guesses?
Auburn's going to win the football
Give me a
game.
position.
Auburn linebacker.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I almost want to go ahead. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and.
Brandon.
There's no
Oh.
way you know who this is, though. There's no way you know who this guy is.
I'll tell you the year is not 1948.
Well, there you go.
I got him.
The year and the draft pick, 13th overall in 1998.
He might know who it is, Brandon.
I might know who it is.
I don't know who this is.
I have no idea who this is.
Oh, I want to
No.
write a name down, though, just to be fun.
Are you going to lock in?
Yeah, I'm
There
going
you
to
go.
lock in.
All right.
I just wanna
Aiden,
write
Aiden's
whatever
locking
you
in
want, say it out
for
loud.
however many. 3.
All right, y'all can keep going. I'm walking.
All right.
Give me the years active.
He was active from 1998 to 2013.
Oh
my gosh, this is a long
career.
Wait, actually,
guy.
I think I have it now.
We
in
got
my
some
head.
long careers.
I shouldn't have
Aiden already locked in.
Shouldn't have locked in.
Tough luck, Aiden.
This keeps happening where
The teams are the Cincinnati Bengals, the Buffalo Bills, the Philadelphia Eagles, the San Francisco 49ers, and the LA Chargers.
Okay, I did not have it. I don't know who. This is a journeyman. I was thinking
I'm
Hall of Fame.
going to write a name down.
What?
That marker doesn't work.
All right, the Bengals, and who did he play for after that?
The Bengals, Bills,
Story
Niners.
of the night.
Well, Bengals, Bills, Eagles, Niners, Chargers. He's played on a lot of teams. I mean, he was in the NFL for 15 years.
I have no idea who this is,
I
buddy.
don't know either.
I really don't know.
All right. Go ahead and finish writing. Flip your boards.
Just for the fun of it.
No.
Marlon Davidson. I wrote Captain Munnerlyn.
That's not a bad guess, but he's also not a
cornerback.
linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I was just writing for fun, man. I
This
told you that. I
is
just wanna say
current broadcaster Takeo Spikes.
Oh, for some reason, I thought he went to Florida, but I think I got
thought he
him
went
and
to-
Brandon Spites mixed
I
up.
thought he went
Yep.
to Texas, but I think that is Sam Acho that I was thinking of.
Yes.
And Michael, you're going to be our last one for today.
Michael.
The University of Oklahoma.
Ooh,
Yeah,
the
I'm guessing.
university.
Give it to me. I'm lying. That was a bit. I don't want it.
He's a wide receiver.
Thank God.
There's a lot
I
of
didn't lock
those.
in.
Wide receiver. Oklahoma wide receiver.
Wait, locking in.
Oh.
Oh, this
Making
marker is
big
awful.
play moves.
Is this the right one? Nope.
He's making big play moves.
Oh, man. Kind of enjoying holding the mic like this. It's kind of
Okay, you can barely see this, but trust me, there's a name.
many such cases.
Okay.
All right.
You're good.
All right. Draft year 2019. He was the 25th overall pick.
Oh my gosh, I might have got it.
All right, give me the marker. I'm going to
giving
write
you the
down.
marker.
19.
I'm going to write down my guess.
My guess was before that, though. I could have swore it was before 2019 at least.
I could have sworn mine might have been too, but I'm not too sure.
I think mine was 2019.
Actually,
That's why I'm
mine,
writing it
yeah,
down.
mine's pretty confident.
Give me
Yeah.
the years active.
Years active. He since he still plays today, 2019 to present day.
Ooh,
He's still playing.
my guy still plays today.
And give me the teams.
The Ravens,
Oh.
Cardinals, and the Chiefs.
Oh, never mind.
Ravens.
Oh my goodness, I'm so off.
I'm so good at this game.
Ravens.
I forgot how good it makes me feel to get one of these right. I haven't got
Ravens,
one right in
Cardinals,
literally 3
Chiefs.
years.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, I know who it is now.
I'm trying to.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
I don't have a
We-
guess.
I got
I
copyright
don't know
strike
really
right there, I'm
recent guys.
That hurts. That hurts big time.
Who would have thought?
You guys ready?
Your guy
don't.
was it 2000 Oklahoma Heisman winner Josh Heupel? Brandon would have nailed that one.
All right, you want to flip him?
I flipped CeeDee Lamb.
It's not
I
true.
flipped Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, he's right. It is
I know I
Marquise
am
Hollywood
because I'm a
Brown.
genius.
Well,
Aiden
Never
listen,
messed anything
Aiden
up.
getting 3 there.
well, listen,
Yep.
thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Playbook here on a WSN Wolf Sports Network. We'll be right back here next week,
Same
Monday,
time.
9 to 10 o'clock. See you next week.